makes one change, and that's Alana Janchevski. She makes her way back into the starting 11 after coming off the bench last week. And Chelsea Dorber leads the line as always, and Mariah Lee is back into the matchday squad, but she starts on the bench this afternoon. And for the Newcastle Jets, Ryan Campbell has made 2 changes to the side that defeated Melbourne Victory last week. With Isabel Nino unavailable due to the suspension, new signing and debutant Tiana Robertson starts in goals. Serena Bolden leads the line up top with Lauren Allen. And fresh off those 2 goals that saved the Newcastle Jets season, Melina Reyes is going to be on the bench this afternoon, but if she comes on, you know what she can do. But Kath, this game, when we're looking at it, there's so much pressure for the Newcastle Jets to find something, because really the weekend determinant all starts here.
It sure does, and it's so exciting. This league has been so exciting this season, and to have the end of the season to be in the situation that we are in right now is just unbelievable and so fantastic for women's football in Australia.
It really is. And there is Ella Tonkin for Adelaide United. It's been a tough season for this group, but she's really been one of the bright spots, hasn't she, Kath?
She sure has. She's had some really good, consistent game time this season as well, and she's done it alongside Mariska Waters, who has got so much experience. She's played all around the world, and just great to have someone with that older head around her to be able to guide her through. But she's such a great talent. She's a South Australian local that's come through the NTC, and it's just fantastic to see our young Matildas coming through and getting valuable minutes in this league.
Certainly is. And there is Tiana Robertson. This is her debut, her first time in the dub officially. A lot of pressure for her in a big game to come into.
It sure is. Last week she was in the colours of Uni of New South Wales. This week she's making her debut for the Newcastle Jets. So we wish her the best of luck, and it's great to see these young talents coming out of the New South Wales NPL into our A-League.
It really is. And it is going to be a tough afternoon for her, and her defence is going to have to be really alert and speak to her a lot to ensure that she's going to be feeling comfortable in goals. As you see those Adelaide United girls doing their last bit of run. And there is Serena Bolden. She's got 12 goals to her name this season. Michelle Heyman's got 16. If there's any game to score 4 and catch Michelle Heyman, this is the one to do it, surely.
How good has she been? As soon as her face comes on the screen, she's just a delight for this league. She has scored 12 goals this season and had many, many assists for her team, but she's been that turning point for the Newcastle Jets. She's a fantastic striker. Her eye for goal and how dangerous she is in the box, just unbelievable. She can score from anywhere. If anyone could score 4 goals today to tie with Michelle Heyman, it can be Serena Bolden.
They really can, and they're going to need all the goals possible this afternoon, the Newcastle Jets. Have to get the 3 points. It's all that matters to them. Doesn't matter how it comes about. And our referee for this afternoon's contest, Beck Mackey, is going to need to be alert. Such an experienced referee in this game. And should be looking for a calm game. But we're not too far away from kickoff between these two sides. And no, we've spoken a lot about Newcastle, but for Adelaide as well, there'll be a lot of pride on the line. This season hasn't gone the way they would have liked. They're at the bottom at the moment, but they want to finish this season on a high and to get themselves some momentum into this next season.
Absolutely. I'm sure not only Adrian Stenter, but all the girls will be disappointed in where they've finished this season. It hasn't gone to plan for them, but they're at home today, the last game of the season. I'm sure they're going to want to get something out of this game.
They really are, and there is Alana Janchevski, star of the NPL Victoria. They made the move in the off-season from Perth Glory to Adelaide, and there is the live ladder. The picture is clear. Newcastle have to win. They're on 30 points. They get to 33 if they win this afternoon, but they really need some help from Sydney FC, who are taking on Melbourne Victory, and from the Wellington Phoenix, who are playing Western Sydney Wanderers. One of those teams needs to lose in order for Newcastle to find their way into the finals, and the players are going to take a knee this afternoon. It is a stand against racism, any form of discrimination in this competition. Fantastic to see. So we're underway now here at Coopers, and Adelaide getting us going. Kicking to the left of your screen. That ball's played all the way back, and going to get a throw in the first 2 seconds of this contest. But Kath, what are you going to be looking out for in this contest, particularly from a Newcastle perspective?
I think looking at what Newcastle have to achieve this afternoon. It's going to be an all-out attack for them. They need to make sure that they get the 3 points on the board, but they also need to make sure that they get their goals up as well. They don't want to leave anything to chance. The craziest thing for them is that they play this game, then they have to wait so many hours to find out the outcome of their season, which is going to be a nail-biting one to the end, all the way to the end of our weekend.
It really is going to be, and they've put Melbourne Victory in a different situation. Melbourne Victory last season fell to Wellington Phoenix in their last game and then had to wait to see how Canberra went against Melbourne City to see if they'd make the finals. And now it's Newcastle who set the marker for them. The ball's not able to be kept in. Bauman trying to feed it forward to Bolden, not able to get it past. Now this ball down the line, and there is Hodgson. There is Tash Pryor now, the centre of defence. Need to be very vocal. Tash Pryor, such an experienced player, to ensure comfortable. And now that's fed through to Bolden, but she's just gone slightly early. So it's going to come back. But you can see already Serena Bolden, as soon as she gets a chance, she's going to turn and go, and they're going to play the ball straight to her.
She sure is. You can see from the start that Newcastle are looking to turn Adelaide United around, and they can see the pace of Serena Bolden, always looking to get in behind that Adelaide defence.
So that ball slipped forward now for Holtzen. Immediately collected by Robertson, her first touch of the ball. Finds teammate in Emma Dundas. Tried to slip it forward was Gooch, and they do find Barbieri, who sends it across goal. There is Allen at the back post. Can't get the clean contact. Cleared away by Tonkin. Bindi Barbieri, you know how crucial she can be out wide through the middle. Such a prolific player. Claudia Chico. All down the line. Finds Bolden. A little bit of a heavy touch, not able to control it, but fouls. Looks like actually offside's been called. Grove. Back to Annalee Grove. Can they get out immediately? That pressure's been put by Lara Gooch. Tonkin. Newcastle have done well just to block some of the passing channels, and now forced out wide to Hodgson. Emily Hodgson, that is. Waldus. Heavy touch by Grove, and Gooch not able to put it away. Dundas now. A little bit of space, sends it across. Had way too much time, maybe just got her confused in the end, but very dangerous play by that Adelaide defence. Just going to send it long this time, and not able to be kept in by Isabel Hodgson.
You can see here in the replay, the ball goes back to Grove here. Just a little bit of a heavy touch, but a great press by the Newcastle Jets, and applying pressure from the first minute. You can see they're setting themselves up. As soon as they see that Adelaide United are making a mistake, they're just making sure that they're compressing and pressing every ball that's going backwards.
And Tash Pryor forced, facing a goal, and sends it to Robertson, who just clears it long, and that's good confidence boost from her. Barbieri brings the ball inside, but immediately taken away by Sasaki. Back to Sasaki. Through the middle they go. Holmes. Dylan Holmes very far away from goals, not where she typically likes to pick up the ball. Blake. Heavy touch, but able to be recovered by Hodgson. Good tackle there by Bauman. Hodgson still retains possession. Now back to Waldus. Little pocket of space, but that quick thinking just didn't come off with the execution. Barbieri now lofting the ball forward for Bolden to run onto. And Ella Tonkin. It's done nicely.
see here, every time the Newcastle Jets pick up the ball, they're looking for Serena Bolden to get in behind.
Bolden with that strike, but straight at the feet. Cash Davis, 150 games for her to date. Fantastic achievement, and she played so many of those games in a row. And then had to take one off, but such a calming presence in the midfield Cash Davis has been. In number 6 role for Newcastle for so many years.
She's been a fantastic servant, not only to our game, but to the Newcastle Jets. The loyalty, she's been one of their best players throughout so many seasons, and what a tough opponent to play against as well.
Couple of crunching tackles you're thinking of?
Definitely.
Tonkin. Back to Grove, who's now got the hat. Grove finally gets it away. Now a chance to break forward for Adelaide. Forced inside, and a strong challenge in the middle there by Claudia Chico, but it's left a world of space down her side. Cross finally sent in, and just a little bit too strong for Janczewski, who's coming up the far post and not able to keep it in play.
You can see here, crunching tackle there by Chico. She knew that she was in trouble there, and Adelaide United exploited the space down her side. Tash Pryor done really, really well there to be able to hold her ground and protect the goals in that situation, but Adelaide need to do better in that situation.
Dorba able to retain possession. Barbieri just sends it long. You see, that's exactly their mission. Any chance they get the ball, send it forward and let Serena Bolden work. And Adelaide with the majority of possession, which is to be expected. Newcastle are a side that loves to work on the counter, and that's where they are their most prolific. There's Copus Brown wins the ball back. Bolden now out wide for Gooch. And nicely done by Lauren Allen. Got Serena Bolden in a world of space across. Finally sends it across Bolden. And a good save by Grove. Has to quickly react as the ball came back to her a second time. We thought Serena Bolden was in. She was going to slot that one away.
We sure did. She had plenty of time there as well. Lauren Allen's done really well to get into this space here. She's picked out Bolden in the box, and really Bolden couldn't even had an extra touch there and placed it herself. But what a fantastic save there by Grove.
It is really good saves. Lara Gooch is just on the ground at the moment. I'm feeling all that Gucci. Like to use that one. It's a funny one. And there is Claudia Chico, another player who was at that under-20 Asian Cup. One of those young players in this league, much like Ella Tonkin, have been so promising. So we take a look at that chance.
What a beautiful ball by Lauren Allen. That's what she's been fantastic at this season. And Serena Bolden, you'd normally put your money on it that she'd put that in the back of the net, and she's hit the ball right at Grove's hands, but fantastic save there and a great reaction.
Bolden won't need too many chances. Can't give up those opportunities if you're Adelaide, and a high brute came in there by Ella Tonkin, and rightfully so. I think we're going to get a free kick. Sorry, Sasaki with that challenge. Certainly a high boot. And this is exactly the place you wanted if you're Newcastle. Set it up. Right place, Serena Bolden. We know she can score from her head as well.
We know how dangerous Serena Bolden can be in and around the box, and you've also got the likes of Tash Pryor, who's very dangerous in those areas as well. And Mindy Barbieri, her deliveries generally are on point. We know how technically gifted she is, and her deliveries are always quite dangerous.
Barbieri, high ball, but only red shirts in and around it. Newcastle players didn't continue their run, so Hodgson just watched it go out. Sent long, down the line. And a pass, couldn't find the connection there between Hodgson. There is Mindy Barbieri. Typically applies her trade in the Victorian NPL during the off-season. Box Hill. Don't know if she'll be going back. Obviously, extended season. It's another different part of the women's landscape in Australia with an extended Liberty A-League season.
I think you'll probably find that after this season, a lot of the players will be looking to take a break. They've gone back-to-back for multiple seasons where they've played in the NPL and then they've played in the Liberty A-League as well. So with this season's extension and then next season going home and away, I think you'll find that a lot of the players are going to take a good little break to be able to rest their bodies and be able to go the full home and away next season.
Certainly, and it's just it's a benefit, you know, aside for some of those NPL competitions, but for the growth of the women's game, it's fantastic to see as that ball's slipped out to Gooch, cuts back inside, now sends the cross, and Barbieri not able to collect it, but falls to Allen. Now Copus Brown looking for options, and that ball across maybe was caught in between two minds.
She was, but the form that she's been in this season, Copus Brown, she's scored 4 goals this season, her highest ever. I think she's having one of her best seasons yet. She can score them from there. I've coached her at the Western Sydney Wanderers. I know what capability she has, and she shouldn't be in two minds from those areas because I've seen her hit them on the training pitch, and she can definitely hit them from that distance.
Certainly been really good as Tiana Robertson is well out of her goal, and that's a really positive sign from that 21-year-old keeper, feeling comfortable to go out of her goal and really be assertive.
It sure is, and you can already see, I know it's only early days, but whenever the ball is at her feet, you can see how comfortable she is on the ball from playing out. Even that ball that she played, that direct ball long, it's a nice direct ball. She's very, very comfortable. She's starting to get a few touches on the ball, and that's only going to let her grow in confidence within the rest of this game.
Hodgson, intercepted by Davis, sends it long, but Gooch just slightly overran it, and good defensive work by Waldes. Stay on this side and we'll stay with Adelaide. Down the line, that ball goes Jancheski, able to bring it down, but crowded out by Bauman. Falls for Gooch, play continues, and that advantage is not going to be extended, so it's going to be brought back, and there is Serena Bolden. Hopefully it's just a little fizzer, and as we take a look at that again, and it's just crashing down. Really strong challenge through by to beat Mariska Waldes, so lucky probably not to get a yellow out of that.
Very lucky not to get a yellow card out of that. That's Mariska Waldes. She's such a tough defender to play against, and again another player that I've coached at the Western Sydney Wanderers in our early days with the club, and she knows exactly how dangerous Serena Bolden is for Newcastle Jets. She's just making sure that she hasn't got any time and space on the ball.
Gooch going down to the byline, finally gets a cross in, but it went well out of play, so get away with one. Ira Gooch had a fantastic Asian Cup tournament, under 20s tournament. A lot of players from particularly Newcastle there, and scored that goal as Copus Brown picks it up in a dangerous area, but that ball bounced off her. Coming out through Hannah Blake. Immediately given back, Davis. Down the line, go to Copus Brown and stay down that side, but with Newcastle. Copus Brown. Allen not able to control that pass. Holtz just sends it long and far as possible. Tash Pryor. Back to Robertson. Almost at the halfway line, Tiana Robertson. Bauman. Bolden moving quickly through the gears here, Newcastle. Gooch sends it across. Header back across goal was Mindy Barbieri. That was a good chance, and Mindy Barbieri probably did really well in the end to recalibrate it and get at least a head to it.
She sure did. It was a great ball in by Gooch. She was just a little bit in an awkward position there, Mindy Barbieri, but the way she's been able to maneuver her body to be able to get her head onto it. But I think in hindsight, you probably want to be leaving those balls in so those attackers can actually attack those balls that are coming in.
Certainly. Chico able to keep possession. Newcastle. Tonkin. Sasaki. Back out. There go. Adelaide haven't had many chances going forward in this game. Sasaki. Tonkin once again. Just passing it across their defence. Trying to find that entry pass. Janczewski. And a beautiful ball played forward through, and that's a good strike on goal. And an even better save by Tiana Robertson to deny Isabel Hodgson the opening goal of this contest. A really nice pass from Alana Janczewski, and then what a great save.
What a beautiful ball in by Alana Janczewski, and the strike there by Isabel Hodgson. That's not normally in those positions, but playing up top for Adelaide United this season. But what a fantastic save there by Robertson. Welcome to the Liberty A-League.
Exactly, and if you are Ryan Campbell, master stroke to bring her in during the midweek. As that ball's played across goal, Tonkin back and strike on goal, and it will go over. It will be, I believe, free kick. It was a very chaotic few moments.
It sure was, and you can't allow someone like Marushka Waters time and space in the box there. We know how dangerous she can be, especially off set pieces.
Certainly. So that ball's going to fall short. Tonkin gets a boot to it and plays it forward. Now a chance to go the other way. Adelaide. Janczewski. Got Hodgson in support. Tries to feed it through, and there is Lara Gooch getting in the way between Hodgson and the ball, but needed a little bit more of assistance from her teammates just to clear away that sign of danger. Hodgson. To Hodgson. Back out. Now the ball finally played into the middle of the box. Back across, and that's why I got a boot to it, and Robertson able to keep it in play. Not giving it away any cheap corners. Chico. A little bit of a short pass to Allen, and it's gone off. Boot there of an Adelaide player, so it will be a throw-in for Newcastle. Bolden gets ahead to it, and now Lauren Allen able to get away from that Adelaide defence, but now immediately crowded. Allen forced to go back to Bolden. Was immediately swarmed by Hannah Blake. It may just come back anyway for Newcastle. The whistle's gone though, so Isabel Hodgson had just strayed slightly offside. Bauman. Barbieri. Dundas. Back to Bauman. Using those triangles. Finding some space. And Dundas just going to play it out wide now for Gooch. Sending it back across goal. And the red shirts there to intercept the pass. Battle between Chelsea Dorber and Claudia Chico. Be interesting for the rest of the match. And Chico, typically a fullback, but she's occupying a very central position at the moment.
She sure is. She's finding herself in those areas, and you can see whenever Dorber's picking up the ball, she's making sure that she's closing her space down and making sure she hasn't got any time and space at all on that ball. The only problem is that when she does get herself so high up the field, that when Adelaide do win the ball, they can exploit that space, especially behind Chico.
Barbieri. Good delivery into the box. Grove quickly off her line. Read it well. Injured Mindy Barbieri's passes as that ball's played over the top, and Robertson off her line once again. I thought they were getting held back. The referee, Beck Mackey, disagrees, and play continues. Very physical contest in the middle of the park. Sasaki finally able to come away with the ball. Blake. Tonkin. Sasaki able to slip past Serena Bolden, and he isn't able to follow it up with a nice pass, and that ball slipped through just a little bit too strong in the end. Bauman shooting the ball away from Janchevski. Tiana Robertson immediately chased down, and there's chances in the opposition final third have really gone the way of Newcastle as that ball slipped through for Allen. Just gone a little too early.
Even if we look at the possession stats, Adelaide United dominated possession against the Newcastle Jets this afternoon. But you can see every time the Newcastle Jets pick up the ball, they're looking to go direct especially. They might look for a little bit of a combination play, but generally when they pick up that ball in transition, they're looking to go forward to get Serena Bolden in behind very quickly.
And Tash Pryor just fouled by Isabel Hodgson. And obviously, Kath, as this game goes on, more pressure mounts on Newcastle to find a goal, to find a point of difference, to keep their season alive. So that ball's intercepted in the middle of the park. Blake sends it across to Hodgson, but that pass was well behind. Adrian Stenter, it's been a tough season for him this year. I'll come back to that as Adelaide may just be through here. Strike on goal, and a great save once again by Tiana Robertson to deny Chelsea Dorber. She has been so good every time they've needed her. She's got her hand to the ball.
She sure has. What a fantastic strike there by Chelsea Dorber. But Tiana Robertson there, great hands, the way she gets herself and be able to push that ball away. She's done really, really well with that save, and that will give her a heap of confidence that continue on into this first half.
Chelsea Dorber keeps getting denied every time she strikes on goal, and that goes, thought it had gone through, but referee Beck Mackey says play on. Took a couple of deflections as that pass just not on the same page. Newcastle need to be really careful, particularly in those corners. Every time that Adelaide have got a corner, they've looked really lively and a chance of scoring.
It's definitely a place that the Adelaide United can exploit. You can see here, they're very, very lucky there that Libby Curtis-Brown is on the line and has saved them in that instance there, but definitely an area where Adelaide United can exploit the Newcastle Jets offset piece, and especially off corners.
That's why you've always got to have somebody at the post. Last chance of defence. Blake switching it out. Chico read it well. Take a deflection for another throw in for Adelaide. And intercepted by Allen. Got Bolden coming through on the right-hand side. No defenders ahead. Needs to play, and Allen just takes a strike on goal. Don't know if that was maybe the most high percentage of strikes, but she has been in really good form as of late, Lauren Allen.
She sure has. She's been having an unbelievable season for the Newcastle Jets. She's always been one of their more consistent players, but this season I think she's had one of her standout seasons. She's been fantastic. She's scored 5 goals this season. She's had 5 assists as well. But in that instance there, I would like for her to keep driving at Marushka Waters, or at the last line of defence there, Adelaide United, and trying to draw one of those defenders in to be able to play one of her strikers through and behind.
And now we see, it does look like Hodgson. Isabel Hodgson, one against Robertson, and another great save from the youngster. She has been so good between the sticks. Was quick and alert and denied Isabel Hodgson once again.
She sure has, and she's again, what an unbelievable save there. The way she's gotten herself down low and that grabbed that one hand and come across and just pushed it away there. Isabel Hodgson will be thinking, how the hell did that ball not go into the back of the net?
Curtis-Brown tried to feed it through for Allen, but that pass a little bit too far on the inside, and Holtz able to intercept. I know we always talk about those debut games for strikers and attackers, but for a goalkeeper, this has been certainly really impressive. Obviously, very early in this game, but so far, fantastic work by Tiana Robertson.
Absolutely, she's been fantastic for Newcastle Jets today, and it's such a tough position to play the goalkeeper, especially generally. You normally got your number one goalkeeper that's always playing all the minutes, and that's when you need to be mentally so resilient in that position to be able to step in. And this is a life-changing moment for Tiana Robinson. She can take this opportunity with both hands. She has a great game today. She might even put the Newcastle Jets into a finals position, which is going to give her the opportunity to be into this squad and be in and around the Liberty A-League, which then also opens up opportunities for her for next season, whether the Newcastle Jets re-sign her, whether she gets an opportunity at another club as well.
Lani Jancheski, first yellow of the game, and Bindi Barbieri to bring this ball into the box. High ball, but once again, only really red shirts in and amongst it. And a long-range effort from Cass Davis, and she gets a goal in her 150th game. And that is exactly what you need from your captain. She hasn't scored too many goals in her career, but that is a fantastic strike on goal.
It sure was, and when she does score goals, she makes sure that she's scoring screamers. She looks for that ball, it comes out. As she's rolling it out, you can see the way here, a little bit of a scuffle here, but Cass Davis knows exactly what she's doing. As that ball drops to her, she's lining it up. She knows exactly what she's doing with that ball, and she strikes it so sweetly. And look at the celebration from the captain.
She is such a fantastic player, been a part of this team for so long, Cass Davis. And when you need your captain the most, that is when she steps up. Third career goal, scored her first at the end of last season. And she's scored 2 this season as well. So you know what? Every year she just keeps doubling it. And Adrian Stenter, frustrated coach at the moment. But for Newcastle and for Ryan Campbell. Ryan Campbell coming in after Gary Van Egmond left midway through the season. He's got a record so far of 4 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses, but if this could be the 5th win, and I could see the Newcastle Jets back into the finals, wouldn't it be nice? Gooch sends it across, Bolden not able to get it in time as Tonkin came across. There is Ryan Campbell, first time coaching senior level Liberty A-League. What an introduction it's been for him if he can get this side to find their form. Not a lot of people would have thought that Newcastle would have made the finals at the start of the season. I wasn't one of those people, but it's been a fantastic season if they can get themselves into the finals, that's for sure. Barbieri, nice ball across. Able to get a head to it. There was Lauren Allen, but not far enough, Malman. And now when you look at it, Kath, all those saves by Tiana Robertson become even more important. A long-range effort for Bauman, and that was just wide of goal. But take a look at that strike again. What do you give that, Kath? A+?
Has to be an A+ there. What a great strike. It was just unfortunate. Adelaide Grove does get her hand to it, but the power that comes off the boot of Cass Davis is just too much for Adelaide Grove to handle. And what a beautiful strike. She knew exactly what she was doing as that ball dropped off to her. You could see her lining it up, and she had nothing else in her mind.
Now Davis, goal scorer, feeding it through for Bauman, who just slips at an untimely moment. Not able to get that ball across, but Newcastle able to keep possession. And Hodgson swinging it across, but there was Claudia Chico. Sasaki. It's the middle of the park and taken away by Mindy Barbieri. Copus Brown sending it forward, asking Lauren Allen to chase. Holtz in the way and sending it out of the field. That battle between Allen and Holtz. See how that plays out. But Lauren Allen, she doesn't necessarily always, as you mentioned, Kath, get all the recognition. The likes of Tara Andrews last season, been there, but she's every time just constantly working. But before you look at it, she's got all these assists, got a few goals. It's never going to be super flashy, but always contributing to the side.
Absolutely. Just in the last 2 games, she's had 2 goals and 2 assists. She's been directly involved in 4 of their goals, and she's just been fantastic for the Newcastle Jets this season. Again, I've watched her in this league for many, many years. She's always been a player that's, you know, made herself known on that wing, but I think this season she's really grown in confidence and really putting herself on the map in this Liberty A-League.
Now Adelaide trying to equalise in this contest, but Tash Pryor may just get there before Isabel Hodgson. She does. Bauman, heavy touch, giving away. Holmes, immediately crowded by Bauman. Hodgson, back to Holmes, back to Hodgson. Still Isabel Hodgson gets the angle and just slips. She was going for a shot on goal, so it'll be a goal kick. Allen, Copus Brown, Bolden, and able to get a boot to it. There was Nanako Sasaki. Allen able to come away with the ball from the pack. Now out wide to Bolden, sending it across, but I think she'd gone slightly early. I think nobody was ready. And there is Ryan Campbell. What will be going through his mind at this moment in time? A 1-goal lead. How does he organise his side for the rest of the game?
I think they've just got to keep doing exactly what they're doing. Their game plan's been perfect. They're seeing that Adelaide United are a team that like to keep possession. They like to play the ball, especially out from their back third. And you can see every time Adelaide do pick up the ball, Newcastle Jets, their press has been so aggressive, making sure they don't have time and space and trying to capitalise on any errors that the Adelaide United team have been making.
Holtz down the line. Tash Pryor making sure she gets there before any real sign of danger, particularly with those long balls there. And Adrian Stenter, we mentioned, obviously, side hasn't made the finals the first time under Adrian Stenter. But there is Newcastle breaking away. Allen, still Lauren Allen, and sent it across, but she just was falling, so couldn't get the contact. But Adelaide able to clear it long, but there is Lorena Bauman, a Swiss national. Caps for the Swiss national team, but what a good addition she has also been for this Newcastle side.
She sure has. Her and Lauren Allen are actually 2 of the only players in the Newcastle Jets that have played every single game, and she's been a fantastic addition. Her professionalism on and off the pitch has been fantastic. I know the girls have been very, very impressed with her coming into the Liberty A-League. It's not always easy to be able to come from abroad and be able to fit into the Australian style of play, especially how aggressive and how transitional our game is.
Gooch sending it across, and there is that effort from Lauren Allen. And a timely save coming across from Holtz to block that shot.
What a great ball in there by Gooch there, and Lauren Allen and Holtz has done fantastic to put her body on the line there and making sure to deny Lauren Allen.
Davis, goal scorer. That ball was tempting, and that boot needed to be there from like Ella Tonkin. Chico forced to go back to Robertson. Davis out to Bauman. Gooch not able to get that pass clear and away. So Janczewski. It's a really, really nice ball into the middle. Still, and there is Tian Robertson. Play continued. I don't know why Chelsea Dorber stopped running. Tian Robertson got it the first time, slipped it, and then was just allowed to calmly pick it up again.
Honestly, what a ball there by Janczewski. Beautiful ball. The way she's weighted that ball in behind Tash Pryor there is just unbelievable. Chelsea Dorber, all the time in the world to be able to go around the keeper. Tiana Robertson, her 5th key save of this game.
Copus Brown winning the ball in a dangerous area, sends it across, but straight into the hands of Grove.
Wow, how good is Tiana Robertson here? She takes herself, she takes the dive, she gets down low, she gets her hands to it. Chelsea Dorber, I think, just absolutely devastated knowing that Tiana Robinson has gone and actually made that save. But what a debut this youngster's having.
Build her a statue. Build her a statue. It's I'm kidding.
Easy, Tiger.
I'm kidding.
Easy.
Kidding. But she's been so good. She's been really, really impressive. But there is Adrian Stenter. What's going through his mind at the moment? How does he get his side to get themselves back into this game and go, we can score, we can win this game?
It's going to be tough, but we've got to give credit where credit's due. Adelaide United have created plenty of chances in this game. They just haven't put the ball in the back of the net. We can't deny that Tiana Robinson is having a fantastic debut game, but Adrian Stenter won't be happy with his side going into the break, knowing that the chances that they've created, but they're not converting. But this has been the key issue for their season.
Dorber making her way inside. Davis gets a boot to it, clears it out of the box. Bolden sending it out wide for Barbieri. Now playing it to Bauman. Back to Barbieri. Just gonna run until she runs out of space. But you are right, Alana Janczewski has put in some really nice passes throughout this game to set up her teammates, but just some better saving on the other side to deny them, because it doesn't feel like it should just be one goal in this game so far.
There could have been many goals in this game already in this past 37 minutes that we've had playing. Both teams have created chances. Both teams have had plenty of opportunities to score goals, and it's been an end-to-end game with both teams creating a lot of opportunities.
Hodgson. Robertson able to collect. She'll just play it out immediately. Chico. Bolden. Barbieri. That one's just a little bit too much in the end. Hodgson. Just gonna send it once again, but not enough blue shirts, navy shirts there in the end. So that ball's played. Dorber. And I feel like they're getting fouled, Adelaide girls, and Beck Mackey not seeing it. But you have to play to the whistle.
You can see here, Chelsea Dorber's done fantastic there. She's used her body to roll Chico, but we know what the Newcastle Jets are like. They're not going to let you win any 50-50. They're tough as, especially on the ball, knowing what they need to get out of this game to be able to progress their season forward.
They certainly are. Newcastle, they foul the most out of any team in the competition. So, I don't know, Mike, you can forgive Adelaide for saying maybe they did foul us. They have a tendency of doing it, but referee Beck Mackey doesn't see it. Play goes on. Bauman, once again, just slipping at the wrong time. Ball played out wide from Holmes. Dorber, back to Holmes. And that possession status, it's evened up a little bit more. But Newcastle, they do love that counter, as we've mentioned, and Adelaide like to retain possession, but it's just that creating goals, those chances, And that XG, Newcastle 0.68 to Adelaide's 0.45. Hasn't been as many clear-cut chances XG's telling us, but it's felt like there has been. Bauman. Janchevski. Little pocket of space and outstretched leg of Tash Pryor. Dundas made it forward and Waldus. Ooh, Waldus on the ground. Hodgson. Tried to feed it through the middle, but once again, Tash Pryor in the way. Took a deflection. Davis just going to send it down the line and ask Gooch to run onto it. Gooch with space. Bolden's taking a step back. She plays it in. Still Gooch, and it's taken a deflection and gone in. And Newcastle have doubled their lead. Exactly what you need just before half-time. Lara Gooch had all the time in the world and managed to find the back of the net.
She sure did, and Cass Davis here, great ball in behind for Gooch. She's got plenty of time and space. You can see Tonkin there trying to protect the middle, knowing that Serena Bolden is in a dangerous position, the way Serena Bolden is sort of peeled off there, but Lara Gooch had so much time to be able to drive into space there, and she sees herself the opportunity and takes the strike herself.
And it just went through that gap of Holtz and Annalee Grove, and it took that last touch off Jenna Holtz, so don't know if it will be officially classified as a Gooch goal. Have to wait and see, but Gooch created that chance herself. And now Newcastle, 2-goal lead, and it will be a Gooch's goal. Took a touch off the hand, so for Adelaide, had those chances in this game. Really, as you mentioned, a story of their season where every time they've got in front of goal, they've really struggled at times to have that crucial and clinical finish.
Absolutely. It's been a massive struggle for the Adelaide United girls this season. They haven't been able to convert many of their chances that they've created. They haven't been able to have, you know, a decent goal scorer. We know the year that Fiona Wirtz was the leading goal scorer, they had one of their best seasons yet, and it's been unfortunate for them. Dylan Holmes is one of their highest goal scorers for their team, and you know, coming from midfield, she's not even your key striker. I think Adrian Stenter, given that he does have a full-time role now with his team, he really needs to go back to the drawing board and look at how he's going to take this team forward next season. And I think one of the key things is about, you know, his recruiting, the internationals that he brings in. You can see at the moment he's got Mariah Lee, which is one of his internationals that's on the bench. If we're going to bring internationals into this competition, we want to make sure that they're key players that are playing every game and giving you something that none of our youngsters can give you.
It is a lot to think about in the off-season for Adelaide. For now, they've got just this last portion of the first half and another 45 minutes for their season. Gooch driving in, Bolden not able to get it. Allen with the touch, just wide of goal, and she's very frustrated, you can tell. But a great opportunity for Lauren Allen to really almost put this game away.
What a beautiful opportunity there for Lauren Allen. She just couldn't get that touch on the ball, the way she's come off. Looks like she's a little bit off balance there, but you can see the frustrations in her face, the way she hits that ground. She's super disappointed, knowing that she should have done better with that opportunity.
Lauren Allen, love to get on the score sheet. Last 2 games, 2 goals, Kathy mentioned. Like to make it 3 in a row. And also, Serena Bolden would also like to score as well. 4 away from Michelle Heyman. Gooch once again cuts back on the inside. Gooch now sends it across, and Tonkin gets a timely header, but only as far as Allen. Now Copus Brown heads it forward, but Allen had vacated the space. Waldus out wide for Holtz. There'll be 2 minutes of added time in this game. Can Newcastle extend their lead, or can Adelaide get one back? Or will we go into half-time? Newcastle 2 goals to the good. Allen is fouled. So, free kick for Newcastle. Take some time off it.
Adelaide United have to stay disciplined in this, especially in these next 2 minutes. You don't want to be going into the sheds more than 2-0 down. They want to get in there, be able to regroup and look at how they're going to come out in the second half and look to combat this 2-0. Barbieri
just tries to set it up for Bolden. Does get ahead to it. Dundas, long-range effort, wide of goal. Doesn't get in that position too often, Emma Dundas.
It's good to see the youngster be able to back herself from that position there. You can see she's taken a couple of touches. She knows exactly where the goals is, and she's let that strike go.
That ball not far at all. Allen got ahead to it. Bolden with the header forward. Now Lauren Allen. Lauren Allen, strike on goal. And there is the third, and her third goal in 3 games. And Newcastle are making it. Things get certainly worse for Adelaide, and that is the worst time to concede a goal. Just before half-time, and Lauren Allen, we spoke about her, and she gets a goal.
She sure does. That's her 4th shot of this game as well, and she's come off with this shot now, which converts into a goal here. But Lauren Allen deserves that. She's had plenty of opportunities this game, and disappointing for the Adelaide United girls. Another error that concedes here for them. Lauren Allen capitalises on that opportunity.
Really does, and Harry Reward and Serena Bolden set that one up as well. Alert. That's the kind of player she is. Not, even though she scored 12 goals this season, she's got 6 assists to her name, now her 7th. That's the kind of forward you want, able to make things happen for themselves, but also willing to set a teammate up. There can't be too much time left in this first half. There's obviously some time taken away due to the goal, but all up to the discretion of Beck Mackey. This ball's lofted in, and Robertson gets her fist to it. Only as far as Cass Davis. She's just going to send a little bit further. And that is all for the first half, and it is Newcastle 3 goals to the good. And exactly what they needed. All started with captain Cass Davis, but they've put themselves in a fantastic position to make finals. They just need to hold on for the rest. 45, but Lauren Allen got the 3rd goal. And that extra portion. And there is Lara Gooch, who's been really good, got us the 2nd goal as well. What a fantastic player. You've seen Newcastle doing exactly what they need to do, and it is Adelaide 0, Newcastle Jets 3. It's been a lively first half, Kath. Lots to think about if you're Adrian Stenter. And probably the star player in the first half, Tiana Robinson, coming in, some really big saves. Take a look at the first half chances. Take us through this one from Tiana Robinson.
You can see here what a great ball in behind here for Chelsea Dorbar, and again, great save there by Tiana Robinson. Another one here, the great ball in here from Mindy Barbieri. Adelaide United get a little bit stuck there, thinking that there may be a possible foul in that, but Cass Davis, she picks this up so beautifully. The way the ball drops to her, you can see she's lining it up. She strikes it beautifully, and Annalie Grove has got no chance with that, with the power behind it.
And Ella Tonkin was down on the ground. That was the play they thought were fouled, those Adelaide players, but Cass Davis got the scoring underway and probably settled a few nerves, and then Lara Gooch doubled the lead.
She sure did. Lara Gooch there, she comes in, she attacks the space. She's been doing that all game. She's been getting herself into these great positions in these wide areas. You can see here for this goal, she's got acres of space. Adelaide United are just too worried about Serena Bolden's positioning, where they need to come and make sure that they come and close her down, but Lara Gooch takes it all the way in, and she goes, why not? I'm going to back myself here, and gets the ball into the back of the net.
And certainly should, because she's been in really good form. Did well at that Under-20 Asian Cup, scored against South Korea, and a really good goal there. And Serena Bolden, I think she made enough noise to just distract that Adelaide defence.
Absolutely, we know how dangerous Serena Bolden is, and again here in this situation, a poor ball out there by Adelaide Grove, and Serena Bolden picks up that ball and gets Lauren Allen in behind there, and what a beautiful finish there by Lauren Allen as well. You can see here Serena Bolden making sure she puts it into a dangerous area for Lauren Allen, and a great finish.
It really was a great finish. She started the move by blocking that pass of Grove and then slotted it away. And then half-time, 12 shots to Adelaide's 5, but those 4 on target, all being saved from Adelaide.
They sure have, and again, we've got to talk about Tiana Robinson and some absolutely fantastic saves that she's had today. But the stats in the beginning, Adelaide United did have a little bit of momentum, but I think once the Newcastle Jets got onto the score sheet, they've been running away from it, especially over the last 20 minutes.
They really have, but it's all still to go in the last 45. We'll head to a half-time break and we'll be back for some more action between Adelaide United and the Newcastle Jets.
This is very exciting. The All Stars is back. The stars of the Isuzu A-League men and the A-League women taking on the giants of English football. Newcastle United and Arsenal women in a historic doubleheader at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne on the 24th of May. So get your tickets today at Ticketek. And don't miss the superstars of the Liberty A-League women and Isuzu A-League men every round, every game live, only on Paramount Plus.
Liberty proudly supports the A-Leagues, the free figures, the game changers and the goal kickers both on and off the field, bringing what we need green flag. Liberty loads of free figures. All right, take a look to the big screens because this is the inspiration you need to get your face on the big screen in just a few moments. All thanks to our user here, it is drive cam time. Coming around the stadium in just a moment. We don't know what you look like, driving one Zuzu D-Max up anyway. So there are the empty seats. Where are you, United fans?
And welcome back for the second half between Adelaide United and the Newcastle Jets. It's the Newcastle Jets currently with a 3-goal lead, and they've certainly done what they needed to do so as of now to ensure that they have a chance of making finals. And you take a look at the goal that started it all. Kath?
It sure did, and Adelaide could have really capitalised in the first half, but this Cass Davis screamer puts Newcastle Jets in front.
He really did, and Cass Davis, 3 goals in her entire Liberty A-League career, scored the first at the end of last season. And when it matters, she's there for her team. And then Lara Gooch got the second and really started putting the pressure on Adelaide.
She sure did. She's done fantastic on that wing this afternoon at Cooper's, and she'd seen the space in front of her. She attacks the space and takes the strike herself and puts the ball in the back of the net. And the Newcastle Jets a couple of minutes later, again, from this goal kick, Serena Bolden down to Lauren Allen, and a great finish there by Lauren Allen.
It really is, and great movement off from Lauren Allen just to read where Annalee Grove's pass was going to go, and then Serena Bolden, such a great teammate, playing in Lauren Allen and getting her 3rd goal in 3 games. It's really been a good show for the Newcastle Jets, and we take a look at the live ladder. Newcastle sitting in 5th at the moment. Still, what is important is Melbourne Victory and Western Sydney Wanderers. If either of them are just to get a point, they'll both be through and Newcastle go straight back down to 7th. However, with the goal difference at the moment, +2, Newcastle, if Western Sydney Wanderers were to lose, they are going to be okay. But a big game, Sydney versus Melbourne Victory. Sydney playing for the premiership, Melbourne Victory playing to make it into the top 6. Now that's a game to look forward to, and I personally can't wait on Sunday at 4 o'clock between those two sides.
Unbelievable. This league has been so exciting, and to see it go all the way down to the wire, everybody's going to be having their eyes glued across all these games this weekend, and fantastic with the Newcastle Jets right now for them, looking very, very good at 3-0 and looking to this win today, but anything can happen now. Their eyes are going to be glued on the screens.
Really can. For Newcastle, all that matters is this next 45 minutes. Just hold on. You don't want to necessarily just hold on, but you want to secure the 3 points. That's all that matters. And put the pressure, put the ball in the Western Sydney Wanderers court and Melbourne Victory. Both teams under a lot of pressure. Western Sydney Wanderers are playing Wellington tomorrow at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Time. And we'll see how that contest goes. But Newcastle set the marker. Now everybody else has to follow their lead. The ball's gone out of play.
You can see here Newcastle Jets have started already strong. They're being aggressive on their press. They know they can't leave anything to chance here. They don't want to let Adelaide United get back into this game, especially given how important the goal difference is for them this afternoon.
Bauman to Bolden. A touch just a little bit too strong for Barbieri. Blake back to Tonkin. Waldus straight to Cass Davis. To Bolden. Nice touch inside. Feeding it through for Gooch, who's made her way through the traffic. Lara Gooch, easy as you like. Second goal of the game. Serena Bolden's second assist. Really beautiful play there from the Newcastle Jets. And their fourth goal of the afternoon. And if they can keep extending their goal difference, that's really important as well.
Absolutely, you can see that they're not taking the pedal off here. They're going for more goals. Gooch has done fantastic here, put herself in a great position with her touch. She takes her touch away from goal here to make sure that she can strike across the goal. And what a beautiful finish by Lara Gooch.
Everything really is coming up Gucci. And fourth goal for the Newcastle Jets. 2 goals, 2 shots on target. That's exactly what you want to see. Now Adelaide, can they respond? Waldus out wide for Blake. Got Holmes continuing the run, sending it across, but Bauman able to get a boot to the ball. Tonkin not able to be kept in play, so throw in for the Newcastle Jets. Bolden. Bauman. Gooch. Still Lara Gooch playing with a lot of confidence, able to get the cross away, but it was blocked. So it will be a corner for the Jets. But how nice is it for Lara Gooch into this latter part of the season? She's really got some confidence. She's playing consistently. But we've spoken a little bit about some of these other young players that have come through. But for Lara Gooch, 2 goals in what could end up being the final game of the season, but a really fantastic way to leave it and set yourself up for the next season really well. As that ball played across from Barbieri, got ahead to it, Lauren Allen, headed back forward by Grove. Follow-up effort from Dundas. Sasaki. Can Adelaide build? That ball's played through for Hannah Blake. Hannah Blake got a little bit of time, and that touch just took her a little bit too close to Bauman. Back to Blake, sending it through. Nicely done. And that shot on goal. I don't know if it got a save there to deny Chelsea Dorber, but either way, it's gone over the bar, and I think Tiana Robertson did get something on it once again.
What a great little ball in behind here for Dorber. She's done really well there to be able to roll and get that shot off, and Tiana Robinson's done fantastic once again.
Here's Tiana Robertson, about the same height as Libby Copus-Brown. That ball's played in, and Robertson fumbles it to the back, but Bauman's there, clearing it away, but it was going to come back. Sasaki. Now out wide it goes for Holmes. Sending it across. Davis there, clearing it away.
Substitution for Adelaide United coming off.
Let's see, first substitution here for Adelaide in this game, and it is American Mariah Lee who's going to come on, as well as Sarah Morgan. So we'll see. Makes the way off for Mariah Lee. Attacking change, the forward. Now we've seen Alana Janczewski depart the field for Sarah Morgan. The last to see of Alana Janczewski this season. Sarah Morgan making her way on. Been consistently part of this team. 19th game this season. Pryor. Allen. Davis. And there's Hannah Blake, who's departed the field from Mariah Lee. So forward on. That ball just going to drop a little short for Annalie Grove. Just boots it as far away as possible. Barbieri. Inside to Copus Brown. Consistently throughout this game, Adelaide with more possession, but Newcastle, where it matters, scoring the goals. And just a little bit too far for the outstretched leg of Lauren Allen. Mariah Lee, first touch for her. Mariah Lee, formerly at Stanford University in the American collegiate system, played with teammates such as Madison Haley, formerly with Sydney FC last season, now with Brighton, and Beattie Goad as well. That Stanford team really good. And now Adelaide making their way forward. Hodgson with strike on goal. And not what it needed to be in the end. Isabel Hodgson has had some chances in this game, but just hasn't been able to put it away.
She sure has, and so has a couple of other players as well. And it's been unfortunate for Adelaide United, especially in that first half. They did have a couple of clear-cut opportunities that if they do take those chances and do put the ball in the back of the net, it's a different game that we're looking at the moment. But
now Lee, can she set up a teammate? Strike on goal. Robertson off the post and just cleared away. Good measure by Emma Dundas. Mariah Lee, almost an instant impact off the bench.
She sure has been, and she would be disappointed, obviously, coming off the bench and making sure that she does put her mark on this game. And
I've got to be honest, you know, I was making a joke about the builder of statue, but Tiana Robertson, she's been fantastic. Once again, another save off the post. Surely she's putting herself in contention to really get herself a contract next season.
Absolutely, she's come out absolutely firing in this game, and she's done fantastic. She's been really brave in her save. She's been great on the ball with her feet. You can see her ball distribution has been fantastic. You can see how confident she is, her technical ability to be able to play those direct.
And now Lara Gooch using her pace, got Allen through the middle, Bolden a little bit further back and slips a pass between both of them, and then Allen got it all wrong with the contact. Maybe they just had a little bit too much time, the Newcastle attackers.
I think Gooch there gets caught in two minds. You can see here when she's driving, she needs to keep driving towards goal. She's looking for Serena Bolden in the middle of the park there, but she could have had the time there to be able to keep driving forward.
Gooch, ball stolen away. Lee, picked off by Davis. Under pressure from Lee though, needs to make the right pass. Cass Davis puts it down the line. Chico not able to save it, but will stay with Newcastle. Mariah Lee's been good off the bench, working hard. Obviously, 4 goals down, but still the last game of the season. We talk about that pride in this team. You know, not the way you want to end your season. You want to at least get a goal on the board.
Especially when you're playing in front of your home crowd at your last game at home, playing at Cooper Stadium, which the girls don't get to play that often at. We know how special it is when you get to play, especially when it's part of a double header and it's a community game where all your fans are getting behind it.
Keepers is one of the best stadiums. Those red seats really feels like Adelaide's home ground. Ball played into the middle. Pryor gets ahead to it, heads it back across to Bauman. Walters. Nicely done. Played in, but Bauman wait to the challenge. Ball just getting a little bit too far away from Bauman. Made it work and giving the side a little bit of time. Sasaki. Lee. And too heavy with that initial touch, and Claudia Chico's done well to come away with the ball. Still Chico. Really physical contest. And pressure put by Dylan Holmes. Tash Pryor. Davis. Copus Brown. Robertson. And Allen not able to keep it in play. Bolden. Ball's fallen nicely for Dundas. Copus Brown. And taking a deflection. And that pass from the midfield. Dorba able to deflect it, but Newcastle able to retain possession. A nice bit of footwork from Mindy Barbieri and a nice pass to keep up with it. Gooch sending it across. Dundas brought it down, but got tangled with Allen. Still Dundas with a little bit of space. Takes the strike on goal and gets the goal as well. Emma Dundas doesn't usually make her way that far forward, but a crucial goal for the youngster. And Newcastle 5 goals to the good.
It was a great run again here by Gooch. She gets herself into a good space. It wasn't the greatest of crosses in. She finds Dundas here. She's a bit of a twinkle toe. Nobody is putting any pressure there on Dundas. She's in striking distance. They're all ball watching in this instance here, and Dundas thinks, you know what, I've got time and space here. I'm going to give it a crack. And what a great finish by the youngster.
It really is a great finish by Emma Dundas. Her first ever goal in the Liberty A-League, and what a way to get it. Looked like she had tangled herself with Lauren Allen, but we saw her take a strike in the first half and she was composed and slotted that one away nicely.
Every time she does get herself in those positions, she's just got time and space in those areas, and you're giving her the opportunity to be able to pull the trigger in those areas. And for the Adelaide United girls, it's a big disappointment. This is over 50 goals conceded this season. That's more than 2 goals a game.
It started so well in the first half. Had some chances, able to hold Newcastle, but once that first went in, it's been really difficult.
It's very important here, though, for the Adelaide United girls to keep the discipline and not allow this game to blow out.
Grove needs to be quick. And as far as Cass Davis. Sasaki. Tried to feed it through, but Robertson able to calmly collect. And for Adelaide, they're only 1 goal away from equaling their biggest losing margin. They've lost 6-0 a few times in this competition. One came in 2008 against the Central Coast Mariners. One against Sydney FC back in 2009, and Newcastle they lost to 7-1 back in 2011. Wouldn't want to add to that. So that ball's given away, and that pass through by Melina Reyes, who's also come on. May have missed that. Melina Reyes, 2 goals last week. Joined Newcastle in the off-season, was one of the big acquisitions, but He's battled through injury this season and hasn't really started. But there is Ayres, able to turn away from Tonkin. There is Melina Ayres, got some space, and good save by Grove. Allen, not able to the follow-up effort, but Copus Brown now's winding up from long range and wide of goal. Maybe Copus Brown wanting to join the party, but Melina Ayres, you see how good she is with the ball, able to turn away. And I don't know what's going on with the Adelaide defence. Very frustrating afternoon, but Aldous, Safatha Sasaki. And see, as they try to make their way out, Adelaide immediately closed down, but giving a little bit of a relief with that foul. Ball back to Grove. Just left a little short. Don't know what Adelaide Grove was doing there. Barbieri leaving it for Tash Pryor. But if you're to face a side, if Newcastle do make finals, they're one of those tricky teams to face, as that ball's nicely played for Melina Ayres. Good touch from Ayres, and she gets a goal to add to the party. And that equals Newcastle's biggest margins so far if it stays like this. Melina Ayres, 3 goals in the last 2 games. Coming off the bench, and what a prolific striker she is. What a fantastic touch.
What a great ball in and touch, the way she takes her touch away there from Grove, and she knows exactly where the goal is. She doesn't need to have a look twice, and what a beautiful touch. Absolute world class from Melina Ayres. She's on fire. It started with last week against the Melbourne Victory, and now she's following it on here against Adelaide United.
Maybe she just needs to follow her, play her former team the week before, and she'll be good to go. Melina Ayres. It's just those injuries that have really held her back. Start of this season, she really fit, scored in their first game against the Mariners, got the winner, and then the season just really got derailed by so many injuries. But to close the season out like this, exactly what you want. Hopefully she can have a healthy off-season and then come back next season and be even in better form. As this ball played out to Hodgson. Back across, and there is Dorba, but Robertson once again off her line quickly. Bauman, the ball's high but not far. Now Dundas, but stopped by Sasaki. Long range effort, and he was always sailing over the crossbar.
Substitution for
See.
Adelaide United coming off number 1,
So it is going to be a first game for Grace Wilson, and Adelaide Grove heads to the bench. It's always nice to give some minutes and time for some players who wouldn't have got it throughout the season.
She'll be replaced by number 28, Chrissy Penagaris.
And Chrissy Penagaris is going to make her way on as well. 10th game of the season. And Chelsea Dorba, the last we've seen of her this season. We'll see if she comes back to Adelaide next season. But I'm almost certain, Kath, I think it was Melina Ayres making her way on for Serena Bolden. So I don't think I've seen. Oh no, Serena Bolden on the other side. See, look at me getting confused. Figure out who that person was that came off. All that wide now to Holmes, sending it across. Robertson, a little bit miscommunication. Saki playing it through for Morgan. Back to Morgan. Now Morgan out wide once again. Centre cross, Pryor. Lee able to bring it down. And Cass Davis just clearing it for good measure. Still 25 minutes left in this game. Adelaide 11 shots to, sorry, Adelaide 4 shots to Newcastle's 11. It's really felt like that. There've been some good looks, those 4 shots, just some fantastic saves have been on the other side. And there is our Newcastle XG 2.22. They've certainly done a lot better than that. Some of those chances have felt a lot better. In Adelaide, 0.98. So XG saying they probably should have just about scored a goal in this game. Should be a lot closer. And it has felt like that at times. Newcastle have just really capitalised on their opportunities, whereas Adelaide just haven't done so.
They sure have. And again, we talk about Adelaide creating chances, especially in the first half. They had plenty of chances to put a goal in the back of the net, and they didn't, and Newcastle did.
Ayres tried to lift it over for Allen. Back to Ayres, and Melina is losing possession to Mariah Lee. 2 substitutes going at it. Lee trying to use her pace to get away, but immediately crowded out. And that pass blocked. And so, just to confirm, it was Serena Bolden is still on pitch, and she's still technically got chance to equal Michelle Heyman, 4 goals away, but it was Lara Gooch who made her way off the field for Melina Ayres. So that ball nicely played for Serena Bolden, and it looks like Rowe's going to get there first, but Bolden got a deflection. It's going to stay in this final third, but Bolden's just going to go down. Grace Wilson colliding there with Bolden. Take a look at that one more time.
You can see here, Grace Wilson, she's just come out absolutely flying there. And looks like Serena Bolden has taken a deflection.
As is Grace Wilson. First game. And it's going to be a drop ball, but Adelaide going to keep possession.
Grace was also part of the squad that travelled with the young Matildas to the AFC Asian Cup.
So many of those young players in this league, and that's why it's so important to watch the Liberty A-League, see them as they develop, and right in your own backyard as well. And those players who'd hope to have a long career in football and compete at the highest levels. I've got to ask you, Kath, there is a player out there that I personally will be nominating for All-Stars coming up. Her name is Serena Bolden. She hasn't got on the score sheet, but she's got 2 assists to her name. Who would you like to see when the All-Stars take on the Arsenal women's side?
She definitely needs to be one of the first ones picked in that game. She's been fantastic this season, and what an opportunity it's going to be for our Liberty A-League players to be able to play in this fantastic match against a powerhouse team in the Arsenal ladies team, which has got 3 of our very own Matildas, Steph Catley, Cooney Cross, and the great Caitlin Ford. It's going to be a game that you don't want to miss.
Absolutely, and that game is on Friday the 24th of May at Marvel Stadium in Victoria. Get your tickets now. I'm going to be there. I'll be watching the All-Stars, but I'll also be watching the Arsenal women. I'll be wearing my Arsenal jersey very proudly, and I may celebrate when we score, even if it's against some of my favourite players. Holmes, Tonkin, back to Holmes. Dylan Holmes immediately chased, and that long-range effort, and in it goes! Melina Ayres 2 games in a row, 2 goals to her name, and that is exactly what you want. And now, at the moment, it's going to look like it's going to be Adelaide's biggest defeat in this competition.
What a goal by Melina Ayres. The girl is an absolute freak. The way she picks up the ball, her eye for goal. I haven't seen anyone other than the likes of Sam Kerr be able to score goals the way she does. What a strike there by Melina Ayres, and it's just great to see her in great form and coming off the bench and absolutely firing for the Newcastle Jets.
She is fantastic, and that is exactly how you celebrate. Honestly, to have two players like Serena Bolden and Melina Ayres available to you in this Newcastle side. Imagine if they were both fully fit at the exact same time. Such a prolific team, and that is the last we've seen of Libby Copus-Brown as Milan Hammond comes onto the field, the youngster. But wow, what a strike from Melina Ayres.
What a strike from Melina Ayres, absolutely, honestly. She has an eye for goal. She's got something special. I've always said it. It's just about how do we get Melina Ayres to play a full season without her injuries, to be able to get her fit and keep her on the pitch, because honestly, if we get her fit, make her play consistently in the Liberty A-League, honestly, she's a player that can find herself into that Matilda squad and get herself firing and in amongst those legends of the Matildas.
Absolutely, and she's gone overseas before, but she's come back to the dub, and as you've mentioned, Kath, it's just about that consistency and playing throughout a whole season, because when she is at her best, she is fantastic, and that is Dylan Holmes heading to the bench and Sian Dewey being introduced, her second ever game in the competition. What can happen as that ball's won by Davis. Hammond. And Hammond trying to find herself a little pocket of space. Can't beat Holtz though. Chico. Done well, Claudia Chico. She's deceptive, isn't she? She's really strong, even though she's so feisty. Really tough to get past.
She sure is. She's super, super strong, and coming up against someone like Mariah Lee, who's, you know, very physical herself. And got to give credit to Mariah Lee. Since she's come off the bench for Adelaide United, she has been fantastic for them. Her effort, her energy to be able to want to win the ball back and get something out of this game has been...
Barbieri playing it short to Hammond. Back to Barbieri, who now sends the cross in, but only as far as Dundas, headed down by Hun. And Alex Hun's also come on to the park. Now it's Dundas. Ball took a deflection to Ayres. On a hat-trick, Melina Ayres playing it out to Serena Bolden. Only person not to score, really. But straight into the hands of Grace Wilson. Ball one. But when people are going to look at this, they're going to see the margin of victory by Newcastle. But you've got to say, it really started all from the back. Started with Tiana Robertson. If it wasn't for her, this game really, it could have been the other way, and it could have been Adelaide in the lead and Newcastle chasing. But that young goalkeeper, she changed the momentum of this contest with some really big saves and a lot of confidence that she exuded, and never looked frightened. 6 saves, so Adelaide 7, but what a fantastic debut for the young 21-year-old. Hammond. Almost intercepted by Bolden, but comes out to the other side. Adelaide switching play now. Lee with a little bit of space. Can they get a goal? Ball across. And Robertson definitely got a hand to it. So he will now go out for, I believe, a corner. That Beck Mackey said that's going to be a goal kick, but I'm almost certain that definitely took a touch off Tiana Robertson. But play continues. Hyun. Little pocket of space found, and that effort. Lee tried to hold it up, not able to do so prior. Now Adelaide working. So Lauren Allen has departed the field for Alex Hyun. So just a little bit more defensive cover as you see that foul done by Hodgson. A strong performance from Newcastle all round, but maybe that scoreline's just a little bit unfair in the totality of the game. As Jenna Holtz watches it out. For these Newcastle players, what are they going to be doing, Kath, over the weekend? Are they all going to be sitting around the TV together, just hoping and praying that one of these other sides can do them a favour, as the Spurs found space for Lee to get the ball up against Chico. Steps on the inside, and Robertson took a deflection but calmly collected. Only the first four things she's done, that pass was to the advantage of Dundas. Cross finally sent in. Robertson gets a fist to it, but only as far as Hodgson. And unable to be collected by Sarah Morgan. A little bit chaotic this game has got. And now a chance to break away, and that strike on goal by Sean Dewey. Didn't have much on it.
Interesting to see that Adrian Stenter, obviously given the scoreline right now, but he has used every single one of his substitutions. So if he does get an injury in these last minutes of this match, there's still plenty of time to play that he won't be able to make any substitutions.
And just hope that everybody's able to get through the rest of this fit, because as you mentioned, Kath, that is quite big. Is it just a case of last game of the season he wants to make sure everybody's getting a chance on that field, or?
I think it'll be more down to frustrations and disappointment. You can see here the challenge a little bit, the timing's a little bit off here. There's frustrations from the Adelaide girls. Nobody wants to be losing a game 7-0, especially in this level of football as well. You'll be disappointed being at home in front of your home crowd, losing at the moment 7-0, and just a lot of frustrations right round. And again, in the first half, Adelaide United had plenty of chances to be able to put balls in the back of the net, and that would have changed the momentum of this game. And Newcastle Jets knows exactly what they've got on their line, and they took their chances.
High ball from Hyun, and coming in, there was Tash Pryor, and it's over the crossbar, but Newcastle oh so close to extending that lead once again. She's searching for that goal, Serena Bolden.
How brave is she here? She sees the ball come up, and to be able to try and do a bicycle kick from that distance, it just shows the confidence that Serena Bolden has.
And for a squad that has a player that's so willing, so about the team. Every time you see her on the field, she celebrates more for her teammates when they score than when she scores herself. But how good is that to have in a change room, to have one of your leaders show that kind of mentality?
I love that this game's heating up, and you can see here Emily Hodgson is fired up. She's not happy with the outcome of this game, and she's putting her body on the line and making sure she's getting stuck into every single tackle. But you're coming up against one of the toughest opponents in the Liberty A-League, Alex Shun. We know that she never backs out of a 50-50 contest, that's for sure.
She certainly doesn't, Alex Shun, and got a red card to her name, I believe, this season, earlier on. So she's certainly not afraid of a physical contest. So that ball's lofted in. Tash Pryor going forward. Sasaki. Out to Holtz. Under pressure by Milan Hammond. Getting involved. Chico down the line, couldn't find Ayres. Davis. Out wide, ball into the middle. Lee found a little bit of space, forced a little bit wide. Back across, couldn't find a teammate. Ayres. Lee now. Back to Mariah Lee, able to get past Dundas, uses her speed, and Tash Pryor just blocks it. Hammond, this game certainly just slowed down and got a little bit more feisty. There's Dundas with just that block of Lee's run. Chico. Down the line, asking Milan Hammond to do a lot of work, but she's certainly never going to get there in time. Chico just out on the ground and holding her foot, so maybe just her toes.
You can see when she takes the throw, she actually steps onto her foot, and you can see she comes off on her foot, and you can see that sense of weakness. And then once she was trying to get the ball played back into her, you could see that she just wasn't comfortable at all. And looks like it's a little bit concerning there for Claudia Chico, because we know that she's not the type of player that ever goes down, and to see her limping right now shows that there is some area of concern here.
Hopefully something she's able just to walk off, but if not, you'd hope that at worst case it's something that she can recover within the week, and not quite sure what that is.
You can see even prior to this ball getting played into Milan Hammond that she just wasn't comfortable on her feet. She was struggling to put pressure on her foot. And again, Claudia Chico is not the type of player that goes down lightly, so it must be a serious concern here.
Robertson to Hyun. Davis, Hyun. Davis.
Substitution for Newcastle.
And Newcastle going to make a change, and to be expected, Sophie Hoban going to make her way onto the field in replacement of Claudia Chico. So hopefully Claudia Chico is going to be okay. Sophie Hoban has been playing a large part of this season. She's been one of their really fun young players as well. Had a great season so far, and her breakout one, that's for sure. Ball into the middle there, but now it falls out wide from Hoban. Davis. Hammond. Able to get past Holtz. Davis. Bolden. Bolden with the strike. And Grace Wilson, they were able to get a comfortable save in the end, and now ball played through. Panagaris looks like she was fouled. Referee Beck Mackey thought it was all ball, but it looked very, very late.
It was a tough tackle there by Pryor. She did what she had to do. She put her body on the line there for the Newcastle Jets. She gets the ball there, and Panagaris unfortunately gets a little bit taken out after she's come down on that ball. And
you've got to say, it's a weird one, because Tash Pryor gets the ball, but she almost sandwiches the leg between as she goes. So probably lucky maybe in the end, Kath, because that ball tried to find Milan Hammond, but a little bit too short.
I think the point was that she actually gets the ball first. Once she gets the ball, and then the way she puts her body in between herself and Panagaris, it was just unfortunate the way the contact hits there. And we know what type of opponent Tash Pryor is. She's strong, she's big. It's not easy.
Claudia Chico and consoled there by Lara Gooch, who 2 goals to her name as well. And then must be nice if you're Ryan Campbell. Take Lara Gooch off, she's got 2 goals. Person you bring on, Melina Rez, gets 2 goals as well. Must be nice to have all those goals available to you.
Ryan Campbell's definitely sitting in a great position right now, but there's still a lot to see over the weekend.
Absolutely, and for Ryan Campbell, not only are these players playing for their season, there goes the crowd sarcastically cheering as Beck Mackey gives a yellow card to Milan Hammond. But as I was mentioning about, as you see that, just getting pulled back one too many times there.
She sure did, and she knows that Mariah Lee's a tough opponent to come up against, and she's trying to get her arms in front, and just unfortunately there pulls Mariah Lee back and draws the foul here for Adelaide United.
Certainly is. Can Adelaide score in this late part of the game? Consolation goal. It is. Nako Sasaki standing over the ball. Got some options in the middle. Panagaris being the tallest one. Goes in that direction, headed forward and just wide of goals. And so close. And Adelaide almost had that goal.
They almost did, and again, they're getting themselves into those good positions, especially off set pieces. We know the direct target there is Marushka Walters. She has got the height, she has got the ability to be able to put those balls in the back of the net, especially from those set pieces.
Yes, a nice ball out wide from Ayres to Bolden, back across, and read well by Tonkin. And it may may just be a little bit too far out of the reach of Mariska Walters. So another corner late in this contest, and we are into added time.
There'll be 4 minutes of time.
And it looks to be 4 minutes added on in this game. So will it stay like this, or will we see more goals? Dundas back across, couldn't find Bolden, sent in by Ayres, and a long-range effort from Milan Hammond. Alex Hewen is about to give Milan Hammond the credit, but Alex Hewen, what a strike, those long-range efforts by Newcastle, and it's an 8th goal.
Great strike there by Alex Hewen. She's lined it up perfectly. The technique to be able to put that in that top corner there, and the centre back is ecstatic with that goal. She doesn't score many goals, and to be able to put that one in her locker, she'll be stoked about that.
Fantastic goal for Alex Hewen. 8th goal for Newcastle, and it's going to be the biggest win of the season by any team. And it's going to be Adelaide United's worst ever defeat in the Liberty A-League.
It's really important here for Adelaide United to really keep their discipline. You don't want to be conceding any more goals than what they've had already this afternoon. It's a tough beat already.
Certainly is, and could have all been different. Those chances in the first half. The story of the game is those Newcastle forwards, defenders getting involved, and every shot from outside the box looks to have found the back of the net for Newcastle. We'll have to see what the XG says all about that. That's why XG, if you're a deep believer in it, your panelists on Dubzone loves that. Teo Pellizzeri, XG may be wrong in this game. 8 goals to the Newcastle Jets. There is the player who changed it all in the first half, Chana Robertson. And for Adelaide and them as a club, I actually mentioned that making the finals with Adrian Stenser 2 seasons ago, but now it's going to be 6 wooden spoons for them as a club in their time in the Liberty A-League. Need to find a consistent way as Mariah Lee tries to break forward. But it's going to be, it's tough as a club. You need to reorganise and reshape to figure out what the long-term goal is.
Absolutely, there's a lot of work to be done here in the off-season. They've got to go back to the drawing board and really look at what their focus is with their Liberty A-League team, and they need to see what they want to do moving forward in terms of investment, how they want to move forward with this team. We know that they've got a lot of loyal players, especially local South Australian talent that have stayed with the team for a long time. But if there's not the investment that's needed in this team to be able to move themselves forward, because they did have some really good momentum. There was a couple of years there where they were making finals, they seemed to be progressing, but this season they've just taken a massive backward step.
It does feel like that, and that puts an end to it for Adelaide United. The end of their season, but for the Newcastle Jets, they keep hope alive. They did what they needed to do, getting an 8-0 win, but now it's all in the courts of Melbourne Victory and Western Sydney Wanderers. If either of those sides lose, Newcastle Jets will be in the final series, and a fantastic performance. But if they don't make finals, what a fantastic way to leave the 2023-24 Liberty A-League season. Serena Bolden not able to catch Michelle Heyman, but 12 goals to her name, and it all ends here. Adelaide United 0, Newcastle Jets 8. And Kath, there are a lot of goals, so it's going to be a long highlights package as we take a look at what separates these two sides. This felt like a long time ago, but Cass Davis got it underway in the 27th minute.
She sure did, and what a fantastic strike there by Cass Davis, and the celebration says it all, what it means to her. But yeah, Adelaide United here just reactive to this, what's happened here in this situation, but Cass Davis has just lined it up perfectly, and Adelaide Grove just couldn't do enough to keep that out of the box.
And then Lara Gooch doubled the lead, took a deflection, but she made all her own luck.
She sure did. She was having so much fun down that right-hand side this afternoon, and she's seen the space in front of her, and she attacked it, and she got herself a goal. Here we see here, again, poor pass out by Adelaide Grove, and Serena Bolden's done fantastic to play Lauren Allen in, and a great finish here by Lauren Allen.
It was a great finish, and her third goal in the last 3 games. And then Lara Gooch worked her way through, and that one's on the edge of the box, but the long-range party continued.
She sure does here, and a great little ball here for Serena Bolden, but a great touch there by Lara Gooch. The way she takes it away from the defender, her strike, the position to be able to put this in the back of the net was a great finish. We can see here again, just the hunger by this Newcastle Jets team. Dundas here allowed the time and space in a dangerous area in the box, sees that she's got the opportunity, looks up, takes the strike and puts the ball into the back of the net.
Her first ever goal in the Liberty A-League, Emma Dundas, and a fantastic one at that. And then Melina Reyes, what a touch, and then what a finish.
World-class touch there by Melina Ayres. The way she takes that touch, brings it down, knows exactly where the goal is. And again, a beautiful ball there by Baumann as well. You can see Melina Ayres doesn't even need to look at where the goal is. She knows exactly when she takes that touch, exactly what she's doing. Again here, Melina Ayres capitalises on Adelaide United trying to play out from the back here. Just a poor first touch here by Dylan Holmes, and Melina Ayres all over it. Great strike.
She is one of the best in this competition at the art of goal scoring, but look at this one here from Alex Yun. That's pretty nice as well.
It sure is, and a great little drop-off there by Serena Bolden, especially given that she didn't score a goal today. She sets up Alex Yun, and let me tell you about it. Alex Yun will be raving about this all the way home from Adelaide tonight. She'll be talking about this and talking everyone's ears off, but great finish there by Alex Yun.
Rightfully so, and Serena Bolden didn't get a goal, but she got a hat-trick of assists, and take a look at these stats. Shots on goal, 25, 15 on target, and 8 goals to the good. That is pretty nice.
Wow, these stats, it shows you the excitement in this game. And Newcastle Jets, they were absolutely ruthless this afternoon at Cooper Stadium. It just goes to show what a fantastic season they had. Doesn't matter what happens from here. If they make the finals, it's going to be fantastic for them. If they don't, I'm sure they'll be disappointed, but what a way to finish off.
It really is, and we hope that Claudia Chico is going to be okay. That's the only downside for the Newcastle Jets this afternoon. But a fantastic game of football. Newcastle Jets going to have to watch and see what happens to find out if they make finals. I've been Fakir Frimpong. Thank you for joining me, Kath Canoli, and as always, keep enjoying and watching the Liberty A-League.
Spectators must comply with the Isuzu Youth A-League men terms of admission and the venue's conditions of entry, including provisions relating to security screening and intoxication. Any spectator identified with a prohibited item or assessed as unduly intoxicated may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questioning. We ask you to respect your fellow spectators by refraining from illegal and dangerous activities. their way into the seating bowl, so keep your eyes in the air. Thank you.
This one? Yeah. Because I fucking, it's been everywhere on the ground with the fucking dogs probably out.
What's she doing? She got this. Don't get her? How much is she? Or you sleeping?
Hey mate, how are you?
Hello.
Thank you. Some of my best work.
We've got a light.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll be one by one, yeah. Just Adelaide first and Western. Yeah, sure.
Hello, just checking in. Simon in comms. If anybody's hearing me. Thank you.
And Adelaide, they're back in front, and that is a hammer blow for Western United. Angles it in, it is 3-1.
Evening, everybody. Welcome along to the always beautiful Hindmarsh Stadium. Don't believe the hype, guys. Don't believe everything you read online. Paramount Plus lives on, and we are here to present it all this evening. Adelaide United hosting Western United. It's a battle of, well, two absolute stinkers, Brucey Gitte, but you know what? It's going to be fun regardless. On my left, a man who needs no introduction, Bruce Gitte. On his left, a man who needs no introduction but needs security around these parts, Archie Thompson. Welcome, gentlemen.
Well, it's great to be here. A happy Easter to you as well.
You too. And to everyone else who's celebrating at home. Arch, you got any thoughts? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Always good to hear from you.
It'll be an exciting game. Is someone in your ear?
Sure. The Reds have traditionally done pretty well in this fixture. They've knocked off Western United in 4 of the last 5, but Western United are in a little bit of form themselves of late. Let's look at the fixtures for this round. Here they are. It all kicks off tonight, and then we've got some good ones throughout the weekend. Bruce, anything sort of sticking out to you?
Definitely the Sydney FC Central Coast Mariners game for me. I mean, Sydney FC were looking good. Obviously went to Wellington, got done there. They want to get their season back on track as they push for to finish higher up the season, finals. But the Central Coast Mariners, can they catch Wellington? They're in stunning form in heading into a busy schedule.
They are, and an 11 a.m. fixture, which is exciting for us. We don't get many of those in the A-League. All right, let's head over to our man on the ground, Lucas Ronaldo, who has all of the team news for both sides.
Maxi, there's one change for Adelaide United. Of course, Giuseppe Bovalina, he's been with the Olyroos, so he's coming back as we speak. Javi Lopez comes in for him. Western United unchanged. Ben Caruccio, of course, him and Stefan Mork, good mates, and he'll get to shave off Stefan Mork's face if he gets a win over him tonight. Isn't that right, Max?
Yes. Oh, there we are,
Yes.
the Reds. Go on. Have you talked about...
Do we talk
Yeah,
through
sure.
this?
Oh, we're not talking the Reds. Lucas is just doing them all.
Yeah, sure. With Adelaide United,
Yeah,
Javi
cool.
Lopez,
Yeah.
he comes in
So
at
obvious-
right back for Giuseppe Bovalina. Sorry, Aaron Kuda keeps his place on the wing. Luka Jovanovic, goal last time out, but doesn't start up front. And for Western United, as we mentioned, Matt Sutton, he keeps his place in goal despite Tom Hewitt-Bell being back from injury. Ben Garuccio, he, of course, enjoys a podcast with Stefan Mork. And if he wins tonight, he'll get to shave off Stefan Mork's facial hair. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
That's going to look great with a fully shaved face. Thank you, Lucas Ronaldo. Adelaide United, Bruce, we've been talking a little bit about why it hasn't worked for them this season, and a lot of it's probably got to do with, we think, the age disconnect in the team.
There's the age. There's a couple of other things as well, but the squad's certainly imbalanced. Whether you look at, you know, how many players they have in specific positions, or whether you look at the age within the squad and what age brackets those players are in.
Yeah. There, let's go to the graphic. Let's do it. We've got, as you can see, maybe a reason.
Is there a graphic?
I think there is a graphic. Come up over.
Is there a graphic,
There we go.
Adrian?
Yep,
go.
there it is. So this, oh, that needs an apostrophe. Adelaide's squad age. Thank you. There. So, Bruce, what we can see, obviously, there's 14 players that are very young. You also have a whole bunch of players, 9 over the age of 29, and just the 5 in the middle sort of linking it all together. That's probably a glaring, maybe, error in the list build.
Well, it's, I don't know how I'll say it on air, but it's mismanagement, really.
Say that.
Because you've got a lot of weight sitting on players who haven't played enough games to be carrying that burden on their shoulders, as you can see with the 14 players in that 18 to 23 bracket. And then you've got players you need to manage throughout the season in that 29 to 38 bracket. No spring chickens, yes, they bring the experience, but it's really those players in the middle. If you want to be a successful A-League team, you need more of those players in the middle, still fighting, believing they can go to Europe, believing they can go on to bigger and better things, but have 100, 150 A-League games under their belt and feel very confident coming out, not easily rattled, etc.
And the thing for the Reds is those players in the middle. You've got Cavallo, Van der Sar, who have been battling long-term injuries for a lot of their recent careers. Delianov, who's always been the number 2 until this year. Wallen's just trying to get in the first team, and Stefan Mork, who he only rocked up a month or 2 ago. So it's
And
not
that's the
worked
thing.
out
So
too well.
of the 5 players, you know, you could argue only 2 or 3 have really been featuring anyway, and 1 or 2 of those only very recently. So that middle bracket has been completely missing.
And you know what hurts the most for Adelaide United fans? It's tuning in to watch the Socceroos, because they see Craig Goodwin and his left wand, and they see Cassini Yengi scoring his first goal and Joe Gauci on the bench, and they go, what could have been? Yeah, cool.
Sweet.
We have overlay there, don't we? Yeah, sweet. Thank you, mate. Yes. I
Hello,
do have
mate.
those
Can
stats.
you hear us?
Yep.
Hello, Angus.
Yes, I am.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
Hello.
5 minutes, 20 goals, 5. You're good?
I'm not hearing you that well.
As good as we'll ever be, Tatey.
That's a good answer.
We're always good.
Here we are.
How can you not be good?
Hello,
See,
hello,
stop.
hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got us. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can put up prog.
Yeah, mate.
If you need more of me or more of you.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That good? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, good. This is very whiz bang.
Yes.
Very whiz bang.
You all happy, Angus?
Something somewhere?
All good.
Yeah. Simon and Harps.
Max.
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Maxie.
how are you, fellas?
Bruce Arch.
Lucy, Archie.
Where are you?
Huey.
Where are you
Sitting in a
guys?
truck?
Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
The Three Stooges.
We wanted to put Archie in the middle so we can go in order of how tan he could get.
Where are you
Yeah,
guys?
man.
Where are you?
Where are we?
Yeah.
We're at NEP.
Redfern.
Ah.
Redfern.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Good setup.
Yeah.
Happy.
No, it's all good, mate.
Yes, play on.
Rather be at High Marsh, obviously.
Well,
No worries, mate. No worries. Yeah, I would like to. Sorry.
quick vid. Quick vid.
Just a quick preview for advance.
Turn it around, huh? Turn it around, though.
Hey AJ, apparently I've just got a message from my mother-in-law that says, "Are you guys live? Because we're seeing everything you're doing on the TV."
You see that?
Just so someone's aware.
Nothing beats Gatorade to help replace what you've lost in sweat.